Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to grammar. So in grammar, we have been working on pronouns for a while. Remember, pronouns are words that we can use to replace nouns so that we don't have to keep saying the same noun over and over again, like can. We wouldn't want to say the can is sitting over here. Is the can empty? Can you go throw the can away? I'm getting tired of saying can. I could replace it with it. And that would make it a lot easier and not so boring to say the can over and over again. That's pronouns. Well, yesterday we started talking about the last kind of pronoun that we're going to learn about this year, those reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns were those ones that had the word self or selves in them, remember? Yeah, and like Nevaeh said in class, they're pretty easy to find because they have those words in them. So let's practice real quick just finding reflexive pronouns, and then we'll talk about how we use them, okay? Alright, so in this sentence, which word would be the reflexive pronoun? Ben and Jen behaved themselves during lunch. Yeah, it's going to be themselves because remember, the reflexive pronouns are the ones that have self or selves in them. And they're talking about Ben and Jen, and they wanted, instead of saying Ben and Jen behaved Ben and Jen self during lunch, it would make it a lot easier to say Ben and Jen behaved themselves, because themselves are talking about Ben and Jen. That's why they're reflexive pronouns. Oh, what about this one? The tree fell down by itself. What's the reflexive pronoun? Good. It's itself, because remember, those reflexive pronouns are easy to find because they have that self or selves in it. Very good. So on this part, we are actually going to practice using reflexive pronouns, choosing the correct one, instead of just finding them in the sentence. So let's look at this sentence. I forced blank to pick up the frog. So in this sentence, they're talking about I. I is our subject. And I forced, what word could replace my I? We talked about that a little bit yesterday. Would you say I forced herself, or I forced ourselves, or I forced... Yeah, I forced myself to pick up the frog, because you're talking about I, and you would call yourself myself because that's you. Very good. What about the penguin taught blank how to ride a skateboard? So in this sentence, they're talking about the penguin. That's the subject. So the penguin taught yourself? No, the penguin wouldn't call itself yourself. The penguin taught himself or itself. Both of those sound good. But do we know if the penguin is a boy or a girl? No. So we're going to call it itself. Very good. The penguin taught itself how to ride because the penguin is an it. Okay, Dan poured blank a cup of coffee. In this sentence, we're talking about Dan. So Dan poured yourself? No. Dan poured herself? I don't think Dan's a girl. Dan poured himself. Yeah, that would make more sense, wouldn't it? Dan poured himself a cup of coffee. Alright, Tina bought blank a new tablet. Oh, we're talking about Tina in this sentence. That's the subject. So Tina bought, which one would sound better there? Tina bought, yeah, herself, because Tina is a girl. Yeah, Tina bought herself a new tablet. Very good. Wow, you taught blank how to make popcorn. And this one you're talking about you. That's your subject. So you taught Yeah, yourself. Very good. Let's try one more. I think you're really catching on to this. All right, the campers made a big fire to keep blank warm. So in this sentence, we're talking about the campers. The campers made a fire to keep... The campers wanted to keep themselves warm, right? Because that's their part of the campers. They are the campers. Very good.
Mew, mew. Ribbit, ribbit.
Well, since this one popped up, let's go ahead and do it real quick, too. We entertained blank while we waited for the bus. We entertained... Ooh, in this sentence, we're talking about we. We entertained ourselves because we're part of our. Yeah, that's us. So, yeah. Good job. All right, so it seems like you are doing pretty good with reflexive pronouns, right? All right, so you're going to go practice some with reflexive pronouns. You should have 2 worksheets where you are trying to pick the right reflexive pronoun to go in the sentence. If you're having trouble, just remember, try to figure out what they're talking about in the sentence, and then make sure that you're picking the reflexive pronoun that would be replaced by that one, okay? So if you're having trouble, think of what the sentence is talking about, and then pick that reflexive pronoun that matches it, okay? All right. Bye, guys.